G'day and hello beautiful people, it is Mimo here and it's time to delve into the training grounds and construct ourselves a general guide and overview of the requirements and outcomes of these trainings. Now this is not a tip video, that will be released later on, but for now let's move on to the first training available, that is your weapons training. Now you'll have to give up a work lab, 1600 food and 5 survivors, but 15 minutes later you'll have a chance at 4 different persona uncommons. They are Hunter, Citizen, Leader and Soldier. Now predominantly you'll notice a lot of Hunters come out, and that's because you've got about a 55% probability rate of a Hunter persona dropping. We move on to the second training here, which is Medical. Now the first 4 trainings are identical in regards to the resource cost when it comes to food. They all sit at the 1600 and the survivors at the 5. The only difference is they vary from the wrinkled shirts to the work gloves. Now Medical training is the wrinkled shirt. As you can see, it offers up 2 persona uncommons. They are Peacekeeper and Leader. You'll see a lot of Peacekeeper with a 60% probability rate of those guys dropping. We'll take a breath and move on to the third training here, which is Strategic training. Now once again, same resource costs there with the food and the survivors. Also got the wrinkled shirt following on from the Medical training. It offers up 3 persona uncommons. They are Soldier, Rebel and Citizen, and the most common one you'll find is your Citizen. It sits at probably about a 50% probability rate there. Now we'll move on to the fourth one here, which is your Tactical training. Now as you can see, the resource cost is getting up for upgrading them and researching them, which is naturally the higher level you go, the more they want from you in regards to your resources. Now this one offers up 4 persona types: Hunter, Soldier, Rebel and Citizen. You'll see a lot of soldiers come out of this one with a 55% probability rate there. It also goes back to the work clubs once again. Now to switch things up here, we'll take a bit of a breather once again. You've got Basic training. This happens at Town Hall level 5. Basically what this does is give you a random common, so you are dropping in rarity, but it offers up something that's less cost efficient when it comes to your survivors. It only costs 2 survivors, same amount of food as the other 4 trainings at the 1600. But it is longer in duration at the 1 hour mark there for a common. They are great for upping your rushes. That's the only reason you should ever use a ones. We'll move on to a generalist training. Now this is the best training, the most exciting, my favourite sorts of training. This is Persona Pacific training, and we'll kick things off with the generalist training here, which as you can see, it doubles up on the items. You need both a work glove and a wrinkled shirt. It also increases in the food there with the 6,500. The survivors remain at the 5. Duration same at the 15, but that one gives you uncommon Citizens, and that is the best. Persona ones are really good, not only because they give you Persona Pacific characters uncommons that you can use to hopefully upgrade your rush, but they also give you a chance at basic trainers and persona trainers, which is really nice. As you can see here, another Persona Pacific one, asking the same resources, but this time it's going to give you uncommon rebels and a chance at those basic trainers and persona trainers, which is really good. Like I said, they're my favorite training, and once you get the Persona Pacific training, you actually don't use the first 4 training grounds at all anymore. They just lose their value. Once again, a bit of a change up here with advanced training. This one is really cost effective and really fast. As you can see, 1 minute training time, and only cost you 4 survivors. Increased cost in the food there at 11,700, and it will give you commons once again, really quick concession commons there with the 1 minute training time. Moving back to the Persona Pacific training here, we have Wilderness training. This happens at Town Hall at level 9. Got the double up of the work gloves and wrinkled shirt, continuing the 6,500 food cost, 500 survivors. They remain the same. The resource cost remains the same through every Persona Pacific training here. This one offers up uncommon hunters at the duration of 15 minutes. So all the details remain the same with the Persona Pacific. The only thing that changes, the uncommon characters remain the same. The only thing that changes is the actual persona of the character and the persona of the trainers you have a chance at. Now we move on to another one here, and of course there are 6 personas, so we're going to have quite a few Persona Pacific trainings here, and this is for your uncommon Soldier. Like I said, these will be your more predominant ones that you will use throughout the game, and that's why it's important to keep a stock up of those work gloves and the wrinkled shirt. Change of pace, we have ourselves some special training here, And oh, we've got a couple of new items in your handkerchiefs and your rain boots or your gum boots, whatever you want to call them. You need one of each of those. 154,000 food and 45 survivors. Why the cost so high? Because you get a random rare. So the rarity of the character has changed, which is why it costs so much. 2-day duration, so you're going to be waiting for a while, but you have a guaranteed random rare at the end. I've never really used that training, but I'm sure there are some people out there that did. Move back to the Persona Pacific one. I feel like I'm talking 1,000 miles per hour, which for me isn't nothing new. So we have the Peacekeeper version here, asking all the same resources as before, but this time you're going to get yourself either some Peacekeeper uncommons or possibly some Peacekeeper trainers, which is really nice if you're trying to get your rush up. Now, take your breath, because the exciting time is about to end. This is the final, 6th and final Persona Pacific training, and it finishes up with the leadership training, which of course is for your leaders. Got all the same resource cost here, but you're going to get a chance at your leaders. Well, not a chance, you're going to actually get a definite guaranteed leader uncommon after the training. Now, this is the first lot of 2 awesome training grounds. Of course, you have the Elite and Legendary. Legendary comes a bit later, but first we'll move on with the Elite. 2 days duration here. Joggers, sunglasses, you need one each of those. 216,000 food and 70 survivors. Now, why does it require so much and cost so much? Because you'll get a guaranteed rare or ultra rare characters. So you think of all your Amy's, your Laurie's, your Luke's, your Chads, all those sort of ultra rares, and then you're going to see your common Harlan's, Doug's, Gabe's, and all those Tobins and things like that for your things. So that's why it costs so much, because it's your first chance at your ultra rares in this training module. Now we're getting down the further end, so the food cost has definitely went up, and so has the survivor cost. Got something a bit interesting here, which is small arms. It gives you a guaranteed rare alert character. You only need 1 gumboot. Surprisingly, only 1 gumboot. 2 days duration, and you'll get yourself a guaranteed rare alert. So not only is it giving you a higher rarity character with a guaranteed 3-star, but it is also giving you a trait Pacific character here. So we move on to light weapons, which moves into the fast category, or the fast trait of the game. And as you can see there, 184,000 food, 45 survivors, and only the 1 gumboot again. You know, they don't really ask much of your resources, but in regards to your foods and survivors, they want to take a big chunk of, but only the 1 gumboot, which is surprising. Now we're going to change it up again with the boot camp training. Now boot camp offers you a chance at commons in very quick concession and a good cost there. This is the most cost effective training you'll find. 1 minute duration, 2 survivors, 1,600 food, all persona types available, but you'll see a lot of citizen commons come out of that one. Back to your rare trait Pacific training here, and this is heavy weapons training. And would you look at that, a change to your item, you need a handkerchief, 184,000 food, 45 survivors, another common story, pretty much the same resources that were seen through all the rest of the trait Pacific rare trainings there. 2 days duration, and you'll get yourself a rare strong character. Now marksmanship training, this will be the last of the trait Pacific rares, and this will be the blue version of that. Now don't get too excited, because we all know what's coming after this. Of course, Town Hall 19, we all know what's coming at 20, the exciting part. But for now, marksmanship training, this gives you a chance at the rare tufts. Identical story to what we saw before, with all the same resources. 2 day duration, and you'll get yourself a blue rare. Now hold your breaths, everyone. Hold your breaths. Legendary training, the big one, the one we all get excited for. The reason being, not only is it last Town Hall level, but you get a chance at epics. Now, like I said, rare, ultra rare, and epics, you need 1 safety helmet, 267,000 food, 100 survivors, 2 day duration, and you could possibly have a 5-star at the end of it. As always, I hope you did enjoy, and thank you for watching.